Okay, so like I said, we're going to be doing something rather short and simple. Yesterday, the last class, we were dealing with how to use Fibonacci retracement or Fibonacci 2 in general to predict key levels for the week, for the month, for the year, even for the day. It depends on the time frame you chose to trade on. So depending on the time frame you're trading on, the previous separator you picked, you can pick the key levels for that. And that was what we dealt with in the last class. So in this class, we are going to be staying on the retracement again, but today we are going to be dealing with it with that period separator. And why is that important? Now, why do we need to deal with it with that period separator? Now, in this particular one, I'm going to be teaching you how to ride a trend. When you have a certain trend, how to ride it. So we are going to be looking for examples of trend in all of these charts, and we'll see how that works. So let me start with what we have here, or let me start with what I have with me here. So how does it work? Okay, let's say this is what we have. Market went down and then pick up from here. So this was supposed to be your entry, but you missed it. Let's say by the time you woke up, price was already here. And I felt this is not safe. My SL is going to be too wide if I enter a buy from here. You are sure it's going to buy, but then you already missed your entry. Now, what do I do? Okay, how do I know where else to enter? How do I know where else to enter? So look at this. I'm just going to pull up my Fibonacci. Going to do a swing low where the price started to a swing high. So when you woke up, price was already retracing. So price already retraced to somewhere like this, and you're asking yourself, how do I know where to enter? Now, I just zoomed. Okay, let me zoom back in so that. So how do I know where to enter? So we draw a swing low to swing high for this, and then we are saying price is coming down, but I need to know where exactly price is going to pick up the upward movement again. So I'm watching for, once I draw my swing low to swing high, the levels automatically plane out. So I'm watching for here, 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 and here. So let me say that I was just too passionate about Henry. I cannot wait. Let's say I entered here, price came down, entered here again, price came down, entered here again, price came down, entered here, and the price goes up. But then if I'm so passionate, if I'm so experienced and patient, I'm going to be waiting for just 2 points or maximum 3. I'm going to look at, and that's where the confirmation comes in. Now, because if personally Peter Keller is going to take this kind of trade, I'm not going to take it here. Why? Because even though if you look at this, I just hope you can get what I'm going to teach tonight. Just pay that attention. It is very important. Look at this. If we assume that all of this has not formed, all of this, yes, and then price, rejected this, went up, and then here I said, it's going to go up again. The truth is, it went up, yes. And then the truth is, even with this, and this is the funny part of it, though, even if I buy from here, because it's a key level, I would even have hit my take profit before price eventually drop again. I mean, that's even the funny part of the game, because I was almost saying that I will not take this game because I was not sure it's going to buy. But even if I did, I would have taken my profit before this fall happened. And that's the funniest part. Look at this. How many pips for the 38.2? Some 30 something, 20 something pips. And then eventually, when it was going to move from 61.8, the first movement did 214 pips, and the second movement did massively 777 pips, 75 pips. So it is not a coincidence that price eventually moved from 61.8. It is not. It is not at all that price eventually move. And then for you to know good key levels, when they are broken, they get retested. I've said it several times. So let's see if what I said is right. Now, when prices have to move up, it touched here, we tested it, touched here, we tested it, and then went up. Let's look for another example. So one thing is this: if you can sight a trend early enough, it's one thing to sight it early enough, it's another thing to ride it and know where to enter. Especially as a swing trader, or you want to hold some position for a while. Let's look at this. Let's say price went this high. Or let's not even say, let's say price touch this place. Look at this. This got moved. So the question is, what if after breaking 23.6, 20.6, 30.2, 50, let's say it not even continue coming down. If it breaks 61.8 and retested, I'm going to sell back to 100.0. That's me. I'm just going to sell it back because it's almost coming to do a double bottom, at least. Are you getting my point? But then, so it breaks 38, breaks 50, and then we are waiting for it here. We are saying, let's see what we are going to do. It's going to break 61.8. Look at what happened. It didn't break it. It got pushed up from here. So you have all the energy saved up for here, and it did 600 pips. Same here. Went all the way down again, and then did what? 896 pips. So we can just keep. So now the question is, it is easy to look at it in past charts. Let's look at current chart and see if we can use it to predict. Today is Sunday. The market is going to open tonight. Let's see if we can use it to predict a trend that's already happening in the market, that we can pick up and trade tomorrow morning. Let's use that. I'm sure you're going to agree that will be so useful for us tonight. So I'm looking for a early trend now that we can work with. Every time I see things like this, I just got pained because they are all, you can see my mark up here now. It is all working as planned, but somehow, I was too busy to take the trade. I think I need a PA that will be taking trade for me. But it's okay. What kept him busy is now I can be free now, hopefully. Look at this. This was my entry. I took profit along the way, but look at it. When I couldn't pay attention again, I took profit, but look at it. I'll have done 649 pips. Look at this channel. I've been following this channel. So you can see it's not about doing one complex chart every time. Just one setup, you can keep reaping money from it for 3 months. If you don't agree with that, let me bring out a period separator and see. This is the one. So it is, this channel has been going for, let me even put it on a monthly chart so you can see it here. Going for how many years? 1, 2, 3. So this is 3 years. This channel has been going down for 3 years, and I've only made it for 3 months or even less. So you can see what I'm talking about. Just one channel. Looking at where to enter, because I know that after this touch, this is the next touch. So when it's going to get there, I don't know, but I know it will. And look at what we are doing. Look at what we are saying. Getting there already. Almost there already. It's almost there. So let's just leave that. Let's look for something early. A early trend, early trend, early trend. Oh, this would have been a perfect one for us, but the retest already happened. Let's see if we can manage this. Do I want to? Let's see another one. If we can't find another one, we'll go back to that. Okay, maybe I should just use this. But you guys might not want to trade Rolls Royce because, but there's no reason not to trade Rolls Royce. But let's just use this for example. So if I want to trade, I mean, these charts, this price movement looks somehow, but then doesn't stop us from doing it. So look at this. So price came all the way to 38.2, and then exactly price could not close above that. You can see it is not a coincidence. So price could not close above 38.2. Can you see what happened? And it's going down again. So by tomorrow morning, price may likely rally up to 50 or 61.8, or may continue. But all I want to see is price is around the key level. I watch price confirmation, and I take my trade. Remember, what I'm looking for is just 50 pips. I don't know about you, but this is a good example. Price valued up and then respected this 30.2. The truth is, if this play out well, if this 30.2 hold well, we are going to see price go all the way to somewhere here. That is, it's going to break 0.0 and go a little bit more down, like it's been falling. As you can see, it's really been falling. You can see. So it's likely to just keep going like that. As you can see. So we are likely to see that happen. Likely to see that happen. But let's look for something else. Okay, let's assume this is a heavy trend. So we are saying that this is how far price has gone, and then it's retracing. We are looking at, we believe that this is going to fall. I want to know where the retracement is going to enter so we can enter. Now, with what we're seeing here, if the retracement gets to 30.2, how we put a sell, you have a confirmation. Why? Because 38.2 is not just a fib level, but also obvious for obvious reasons. Price may likely not break above 38.2, 23.6 before we see another outpouring, because this is GBP and then fib can be mad. This is already played out. You can see after this movement, you retraced back to 68.2, dropped again, back to 68.2, dropped again. It's retracing again, and then you might want to watch out for a key level, then sell from there. That's Euro JPY. This trend is no longer early. This is where it's going before it drop again. So USD card, what's happening on USD card? So even though this does not fit into our example, but let me show you something. Look at what happened. Price moved all the way, retraced to 61.8, and then boom, up. I just wanted to see that those retracements are not coincidence. So what we did tonight is to ride an early trend using fib level to mark up a retracement level for it and to determine a perfect entry for it. So any question? Any question? Any question? Okay. Look at the retracement we are having on USD card. It's currently on 20.6. Let's see what happens by the time market opens tonight, by tomorrow morning. Depending on what we get from here, we're likely buy or sell. It's just anyway, because the movement is very bullish in nature, strongly bullish in nature. But then that is not enough to say we want to buy again, because we seems to be at a point where the trend could be exhausted. So, and that's why you need to do a complete setup before you know where to ride the trend. But then, if if we get if we get a buy signal from here and we don't mind a little profit, we might just ride it up a little bit more, because it's not likely this will just keep dropping like this. Price are too stubborn to do that. There will be some level of retesting of that key level before price can drop. So I wouldn't mind another 50 pips from here, and then retest before a drop eventually happen. But I don't believe it will just, even if it is the end of the trend, it cannot just go up, touch it and start coming down. It's not that obedient. Price is too stubborn to do that. So we should see a little bit, might not touch it again, but at least a little bit of buyers trying to prove that they are still in the market, pushing the price on few pips above this level before eventually the sellers take ownership of the market and drive the price down. And that will be profit for us if we choose to buy. But then knowing that it is not a certain buy, it is not a very certain trade. So we won't mind taking little profit, you know, and just let the rest go just to be safe. So that is that about tonight's class. In the next class, okay. Um, okay, USD JPY. Let me look at USD JPY. Thank you for that contribution. USD JPY template February. So okay, yes, you said USD JPY touched it and came down. Yes, that's true. That happened. That actually happened. But then let's look at it really well. How many pips? Good one. Good one. Good one. So price will always do what it will do, but then one thing is this: we need confirmation before. This is 62 pips. So you still have a, even though I don't advise people to trade against the major trend, but look at this. It is still a buy opportunity. It is still a profitable, though a dangerous trade anyway. It is still a dangerous trade anyway. 75 pips. Still a dangerous. So now, if we, for that particular trade we're looking at, what was it again? Yes, this is obviously bearish, but then for price to go pushed up this way, it means there are still buyers in the market. Let's go to each one. There are still buyers in the market. All these Olo candlesticks show the power of the buyers, and all these rejections show the powers of the buyers. So we're just going to see what's going to happen before tomorrow morning, and then be able to tell what to do with it. So the idea now, and that's why I don't like doing forecasts. Why? Because when you do forecasts, you enter into uh, 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 an error that is from ego. Because the beauty of your forecast is for it to play out. That is not what we do here. We don't seek to be right. We seek to make money. And that's why we don't say price must buy or price must sell. We trade what we see. If price want to buy, we buy and make money. If I want to sell, we sell and make money. We don't care if it's going to buy or sell. We want to know where it's going to go so that we can make money from it. That's all we care about. So it's not about knowing where price will go. It's about making money from the movement. That's all we care about. And that's why I don't rubbish people's analysis. If it's getting results for you, I tell people, my brother, stick to it. So I can't say, I won't say, why did you put your key level there? Why did you, no, I mean, I'm not, I don't do that. Some people do that a lot on social media. I don't do that. If it's getting result for you, if it's helping you cashing out the cash, it is perfect already. Unless if I see something I can add to it that can make you better. So we don't do forecasts, and that's why I don't do forecasts. I tell you, okay, if you say, what do you think about USDG? I say, okay, let's see what price is saying. Let's see the dominant trend. Let's see a few other things. Then let's see a confirmation. So what I'm looking for, what I'm doing, let's see this, let's see that is, I'm looking at, can I make some 50 pips from this trade setup I'm looking at? If yes, then let's go in. If no, then we'll let it go. I mean, how much am I risking for these days and that and that? So if I'm certain, I can go 2-3 entry. That's 0.5 times T. That's 1.5 lot size. So if I do 50 pips on 1.5, you know what that is already in terms of money. So That's what we look at. That's what we are calculating. And if I lose them by 20 pips, that's 60 pips in all. So, I mean, can you see what I'm calculating? If I do 1.5 times 50 pips, that's 1.5 times 50. So that's my $750. That's like, so 50 pips times 3, that's 150 pips. If I lose that trade, that's 60 pips. I mean, for me, it's worth it. It might not be worth it for you, it's worth it. So if I win, I'm cool. If I lose, I'm cool. But the idea is, if the trade is going against me, I will most likely not even wait for my 20 pips stop loss to hit. I won't, because you can clearly see when a trade is going against you and it will not come back. So I'll probably close my trade at 10 pips or so. So I might not even lose as much as I'm planning to lose. So there's really nothing hard in this whole thing. Make sure you are flexible enough. Don't get into error of ego, thinking I believe it's going to drop, and then you keep believing and keep believing and keep believing. I told you this market is not for the optimist or the pessimist. It is for realists. We don't trade what you think. We trade what you see. So drop everything you know about the market and trade what you see. When you are done trading, you can now own an opinion. Once you're on the chart, there's no opinion. Pick what you have, see what is happening, and then make money out of it. That's all we care about. And that's why you could see that I've not even mentioned how do you trade news, how does news affect your trade, all of that. Because 90% of the time, news always go in the places, it always help your technicals, especially if you don't have a tight stop loss. If you don't have tight stop loss, most news we drive price to where it should go. That's it. Now, many people may not agree with that, but I've seen that and I've experienced that many times. And that's why I don't check news again. I still have the news app on my phone. I don't check it again. There are times that I can't trade without checking them. These I don't even check them. The only news that, even if I don't check, I will know is the popular US ZMPF, or what do we even call them? That particular news. It's always on Friday and all of that. And most times I don't even trade as much on Friday. So I'm immune to some of those things. And when I do, so if you hit my stop loss, I mean, no matter how powerful the news is or how bad it is, you can't take more than 20 pips from me. I mean, even if the sky is coming down, you can't take more than 20 pips away from me in terms of eating my loss. I mean, can you imagine that? So, so why get myself in a panic mode and say, this news, this, that. I mean, I just do my thing. If it goes my way, good. And then the idea is, it's not about winning hot trades, it's about making more money than you losing. Eventually, just like every businessman, what is the aggregate at the end of the day? Your account is a crazy. That is only what cares. But what matters rather, that's really what I care about. So I hope you understand what I've said so far tonight, and you will go back and review some of these things to the point of using them. Non-farm payroll. I didn't get that. I didn't get what you said last, Mr. Emmanuel. Please explain. Oh. So, do you have any other question, any other contribution before we call it a day for this class? Before we draw curtain for this class? 5 minutes to the end already. Okay, yeah, okay. NPF, yes, non-farm payroll, yes. Exactly. So that's the news that even if you don't check news app, you will get me, because almost every trader talks about it. So, and at times I also play about it and tell people to uninstall. If you follow me on Facebook, I do play at times and say, if you are tempted to trade today, uninstall your app. I mean, just that you don't lose the profit you made during the week. Because it's not everybody that know how to manage their risk and all of that. So it's good. And then hopefully I'm going to have a very busy week in terms of trading, because I need to do some trading this week. So let's drop charts as much as possible, and let's interact on the trading room page. I'm going to be dropping my own setup as well. If I'm opportunity to drop them before I trade them, I'll drop them so that you can also,
benefit from them. And if I'm not, we'll review them as they come. But then as much as you can also drop your chart, let's look at them together. If there's any little adjustment I can add to it, the truth is we must make the money together this week. So this is a new month and we must start it and eat it big. It's the third month of the year already. After this month, then 1 out of 4 of this year has gone. I mean, this is very hard to believe, but it is obvious. After March, I mean, 1 out of 4 of the year is gone already. 2020, it's almost gone. So it is very important to take it serious. So in terms of any other question, contribution, and comment, permit me to end the class. I'm going to upload this. I'm going to drop the link after the uploading is done. So have a good night rest and then see you on the chat tomorrow.